What shall we talk about this morning over together?
May I please request you to say something about the energy of consciousness? The energy.
Would you talk over together the energy that you talk about?
I felt after Tuesday's discussion that there was some confusion over the word observation, in as much as what we generally call observation is in fact commentary after the fact and not observation at all.
What do you mean by observation? We generally observe after the event and not observe as it is taking place. Is that what you mean, sir?
Yes.
Any other? Madam? Just.
Could you speak about learning and what is learning? What is relationship? And can one learn about oneself through relationship?
Can one learn about oneself through self-observation?
And relationship with others?
Can one learn through relationship with others about oneself? That's the question.
Yes, sir.
So could we talk about emptiness?
Just a minute, sir.
So you have said that silence is the one fact. I wonder if you could enlarge on that, please.
Silence is a fact, and could we go into it, enlarge it, and see the depth of it, and the meaning of it?
And emptiness, please. Could we go into emptiness, please?
Emptiness.
Could we go over together, talk about that which you have said about emptiness?
Continue the question of registration.
What?
And continue the question of registration, whether one should register.
Oh, question of registration, whether one should register or not. I wonder if you were here the other day, sir. I think we discussed it 2 days ago or day before, and I hope you will not mind if we don't go into it, because we went into it pretty thoroughly.
I wonder, could we talk about the energy of violence?
Talk about energy of violence.
What prevents us?
Come on, madam.
Comment peut-on à la fois être et observer le
Le
désordre?
disorder. Can one be aware of oneself at the same time observe one's disorder?
Can one be one with fear and so on, and at the same time observe it?
That's it, sir.
If we shouldn't discipline and shouldn't make an effort, but we should work on ourselves. How? I don't understand not to discipline and not to make the effort, but still be working on ourselves. Can you make that more clear?
Can you talk over together about effort and discipline, and without effort can one observe oneself? Now just a minute, please. We've had so many questions. I don't know whom you are asking these questions, because we are asking these questions of ourselves and trying to find a solution, an answer. So these are the questions. Energy. Can one learn about oneself through relationship? And learn, and also what do you mean by that word learn? Can one learn about oneself through relationship, and what do you mean by learning? The other is talk about emptiness, silence. I think that's about all. And that lady points out, can one observe oneself in action? And that lady put a question, which is to why should effort and discipline seems to go together, and you apparently point out a different way of observing, acting. So, which of these questions shall we take?
Yeah, the last question, you also point out you must do it. So it seems to be like a
contradiction. You also say you must do it. That is, test it out. Test it out, test out what is being said in one's own life and not depend on somebody else. Now, which of these questions should we talk about?
Learning and relationship.
Learning, and what do you mean by can one learn about oneself through relationship? Now, which of these questions would you like to talk over together?
Energy, silence.
Silence, emptiness, relationship. All right, I think we can all bring it all together in talking over this question of what is learning, and can one learn about oneself in any kind of relationship. And perhaps if we could go into that rather deeply, we might be able to answer these several questions about energy, silence, discipline and effort, and can one observe without any effort and discipline, and is it possible to be aware at the same time when one is acting conscious, right? And silence and so on. Can we bring all this into this one question which has been put? What is learning, and can one learn through relationship? Can we take that, go into that, and bring all the other factors into it? May we? All right. What do we mean by learning? I think this is a fairly important question. If we could go into it rather slowly and carefully. We learn from books. We learn from parents, colleges, universities, and so on. And also we learn through experience. We learn through various forms of events, which all become knowledge, right? That's fairly clear, that we gather information, experience, and various forms of events and incidents that happen in our life, and from all this we accumulate knowledge, and from that knowledge we act, right? That is one way of learning. Is there another way of learning at all? That's what we know the ordinary way of learning. Is there another way of learning? Because the ordinary way of learning, the implications of learning in the